Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jess and in today's tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to create a tassel. These are so much fun to make and they'd be great for an edging on a blanket or a hat if you're making a little graduation cap or whatever you want to use it for. So let's gather our supplies and we can get into it. So for today's tutorial, I'm going to be using this cotton Aran yarn. It's 100% cotton from Paintbox. And I'm also going to need a pair of scissors. Now for my tassel, I'm going to be using my hand. But if you want a large tassel that's very thick and a lot longer, you could use something like a book or something a little bit bigger than your hand. But for today's demonstration, I'm just going to be using my hand. So once we have those gathered supplies, we can get started. All right, so to begin, we are going to take our yarn and we are going to be wrapping it around our hand. Now, the amount of times that you wrap is going to be personal preference and dependent on what you're looking for your tassel. If you're looking for a really full tassel, you might wrap it 30 to 40 times. If you're looking for not so big of a tassel like I have done for our bookmark pattern, you're going to wrap maybe 15 to 20 times. So it just depends on what you're creating it for. So I just like to anchor my yarn and I'm just going to spread my fingers out a little bit and I'm just going to start wrapping. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So for today's demonstration, I'm going to do 25. So 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So just like that. Now I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut the yarn. And I'm also going to grab that same strand here and I'm going to cut maybe about 10 to 12 inch strand. And I'm going to do that 2 times. So you should have 2 separate strands of yarn. And we have our yarn that's wrapped around our hand. So what we're going to do now is we're going to kind of anchor the top and we're going to cut our yarn, making sure you don't cut yourself. You can also take the loop off your hand if you'd like, and then cut it that way. But I'm just going to cut mine like this. And you're left with just a bunch of strands of yarn. Now, the very first thing we're going to take is one of our strands that we made that's about 10 to 12 inches, and we're going to place it vertically like so. We're then going to take all of our strands and we're going to place it right in the middle of our strand here. Now this is going to tie your strands together, but this is also going to be the strand of yarn you're going to use to attach your tassel to whatever it is that you're building. So what we're going to do is we're going to take both sides and we're going to create a knot. And you want to make it pretty tight because you don't want your strands going places. And I'm just going to do that one more time and create a really tight knot. Now this is going to be, I'm just going to leave that up so that it's separated from the rest of the tassel here so I don't get it all mixed up. And like I said, that's what I'm going to use to attach. Next, I'm going to just put that up to the side here and I'm going to put another strand of yarn like this. And I'm going to take my strands and here's the top. I'm just going to bring them down like this. So it should look like this. And then I'm going to just lay that right on top of my strand of yarn here, making sure I'm keeping my attaching strands out. And I'm going to once again wrap and tie a knot, just like so, and I'm going to pull that tight, and I'm going to tie a knot. Sorry, before I tie a knot here, I'm just going to wrap these strands around the front again. So just kind of double wrapping. And then I'm going to tie a second loop, making sure you're pulling nice and tight. And if you want to secure it one more time with one more knot, you can do that. And there is the front of your tassel completed and all attached. So now the only thing left to do is to trim your tassel. So again, this is going to be personal preference to however short you want to trim it. And you can trim those yarn ends that we use to tie this part together. You can trim those with those. So I just like to grab my yarn. I don't usually trim too much. I'm just going to trim kind of to the shortest piece, and I'm just going to hold this and I'm going to cut. You kind of need sharper scissors, so if you don't, just take your time. Like so. And there is my tassel and my strings that I can attach it to whatever it is I'm building. And there's the tassel all complete. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Please let us know in the comments down below if you have any questions. Otherwise, please subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!